Hey, I'm Chris Ralph, the professional prospector, and hey, today my big discussion is about whatever happened to Chris Ralph, the professional prospector. You know, I've been making videos on YouTube for a couple of years and have been on a schedule of more or less about once a week. Occasionally I miss a week, but generally speaking, I stay on my schedule pretty good. But in mid-March, I just disappeared. And today I'm going to talk to you about what happened. Why have I not made a video in a couple months? Well, the answer is pretty simple. A couple months ago, in mid-March, I was in a terrible automobile accident. I broke my arm really bad. I spent a couple of days in the hospital. I now have, I don't know if you can see this, I have about a 10-inch scar on the inside of my arm, and then on the outside of my arm, about a 6-inch scar to match. Was on pain pills for a while. My back's still bothering me. I actually still haven't had a good night's sleep in a couple of months. And I'm only now just getting able to where I can get out and walk and do some things and exercise. I got an exercise bike I ride in here, and I'm finally getting back into the swing of things. Now you may ask, what happened that you were in such a terrible auto wreck? Well, my wife and I were going down a street here in town. It's a 5-lane street with two lanes of traffic on one side, 2 lanes of traffic on the other, and then a median lane in between for making left-hand turns. And the speed limit on the street's about 35 miles an hour, and I was going about that. And the guy going the other direction lost his steering system and lost control of his vehicle. I don't know exactly what happened, whether he lost a tie rod or something. I just don't know. But you can tell from the skid marks that his front passenger side tire was rolling, and then it would roll this way, and then it would roll this way. You can see it was leaving skid marks, and then when it was going the right direction, when it was rolling true with the vehicle, there was no skid mark, but then it'd and go the other way again and go back and forth. I'll show you a picture of it. So here's the side of the accident. You can see these skid marks that are just really odd. It's caused by the tire spinning around and not pointing in the direction of the vehicle, because I think he lost something in the steering system, perhaps a tie rod. In the distance you can see where the impact was. The Honda was knocked backwards a few feet, and then we went over to the left and hit the curb over there. It's a red no parking curb, but hey, it was an accident. Anyway, this is the site of what happened, and you can see by the unusual skid marks that there was a serious mechanical failure. It's pretty extreme. It caused him to lose control, and he went from his lane on his side of the road across the median left-hand turn lane, and then into oncoming traffic, which unfortunately I was there. So anyway, as we were going down there, I thought at the last minute that maybe I'd get by him, because he was kind of veering off, and then at the last second he hooked in and hit me in the front part of my vehicle. Like I say, my arm was broken really bad. I think what happened was I was holding the steering wheel, and because he came at me from an angle like this, that my left arm was knocked inside the steering wheel, and my right arm was knocked off the steering wheel. When the airbag went off, you know, those things, it's literally an explosion in a bag, and the force of the airbag impinged against my arm, against the steering wheel, and like I say, this side, the inside of my arm, the bone was broken in 2 places, about 3-4 inches apart, and then on the outside, the outside bone here was broken in 1 place. Literally, when the accident was over, it's like I had a wrist here and a wrist here too, because my arm would just, and so I was very carefully not letting it move. Had to have surgery. I got enough metal in my arm now to make a spoon or a fork, and so I'm going to have to be careful about when I'm doing metal detecting. I won't be able to use my left hand to test targets. I have to use my right hand to test targets, because there's so much metal in here. There's 2 plates and 14 pins to hold the whole thing together. My back was also really damaged. You know, it was a full speed. I mean, literally, like I say, I thought I was going to get by him. It happened really quickly at the last second. And when he came in and hit me, it slammed me so hard, my back was just really jacked up. And like I say, that's why I haven't been able to get a decent night's sleep in, a couple of months. I'll show you here what my arm looked like when I got out of the hospital. This is what my arm looked like when we took off the gauze and wrappings and bandages that I left the hospital with. You can see the dried blood, but you can see it's held together by staples, the actual cut that they made for the surgery. And between this one that you can see on the inside of my arm, that's the longer one, and the shorter one on the outside of my arm, there were 55 staples holding the wounds together. Now anyway, I'm finally getting back to where I'm back in the swing of things. Of course, I'm making a video, and I didn't really just fall off the face of the earth. I've got a lot of plans of things to do, and you're going to start seeing me making weekly videos again. I actually have the essence. I have to put it all together and edit it and, put stuff with it, and I'll probably film a few little extra parts for it. A long-awaited video on claim staking. I did a video that's actually been very popular about how to stake your own mining claim. It's a great opportunity, and I did a part 1 that's mostly just a slideshow presentation, but then just before the accident, a few days before the accident, I did a part 2. And so I got to get that put together, but that'll be coming out real soon. So if you're interested in staking your own mining claims, stay tuned. I got a video about that coming out real soon. I'm also interested in talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies versus gold. I do a lot of videos about gold and including investment in gold. And, cryptocurrencies have just been rocketing up, and there's been a lot of people saying, we don't need gold no more. Cryptocurrency, that's what you need. Go out and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin. Yeah, there you go. And they've just been, rocketing upward. It's just been incredible how much they've gone up. And a lot of people have said that that investment in gold and related stuff have, not been popular. That the younger generations want cryptocurrency. Well, today cryptocurrencies are down 30-ish% in a day, which is pretty incredible. And I want to do a video and talk about the differences of, why invest in gold? Why invest in cryptocurrency? What's going to happen in the future with both gold and with cryptocurrencies? Because as cryptocurrencies are crashing, gold is doing rather well and headed back toward new highs again. So we'll talk about that too. I also have gotten out in the field. Finally, I got one trip out in the field. I went out for one night. I think I slept because my back. I slept like 2 hours for the night. Not a very good night's sleep. But I did get out and get some samples. I got an exciting new property I'm interested in claiming and getting set up. And I will bring you guys in to hear more about that. So, like I say, I'm off pain medications. I'm finally getting some exercise. I got lots of good plans. My injury has affected me, but I'm still moving forward. A lot of you guys have seen my videos about, going to Alaska this summer. That's still a thing. I'm going to Alaska. And if you guys have any interest in going with me, hey, watch my videos about Alaska, and it's open to whoever wants to come. So come on along. I'm going to be there with Kevin Hoagland from the GPAA and some other guys. We're going to have an awesome time. That's still a go. I may not be able to shovel as much gravel as I might have if I'd never been in the accident, because in a couple months I'm sure my back still won't be at 100%. But I'll be at 95%, and so I'll be shoveling, I'll be metal detecting, I'll be doing all that stuff this summer, and I'll bring you guys along. It's going to be a great year. I think you guys will enjoy it, and so don't worry. Chris Ralph, the professional prospector, has not fallen off the face of the earth. I just have been injured, and I got a new truck. Here's the old truck, and so you can see why I needed a new one. The front end there was really damaged. It broke the front axle, And in fact, the auto body guy said the whole frame was badly tweaked, and if they were going to try and repair the old truck, they'd have to take everything off the frame and get a new frame and put it on the new frame. So it was total, it wasn't worth trying to save. And here's the new truck. It's pretty much the same as the old one, only without the damage, without being destroyed. It's actually a year older, but a little bit nicer trim package. Anyway, I'm real happy with it. It has about the same mileage as the other one before it was wrecked. And boy, I paid a lot of money for this. Actually, it was almost $50,000 before taxes and license and all the other miscellaneous stuff. Truck prices are just incredible. If you guys ever take a look at that stuff, I think diesel pickups like what I own are going up like $1,000 a week because they can't get chips. Another thing I talk about sometimes is how we don't make things that we absolutely need in America anymore. We let them be made some other place because whatever reason. And it causes problems. You know, when we need the things that we need and other countries say, well, we need it for our own, then we're just out of luck. And America's a big nation. We should be more self-sufficient than we are. We're not very self-sufficient at all. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I am back. I've not disappeared. I was hurt. When I was on pain medication for a while, I was a little bit loopy. Well, let's say a little bit loopier than normal. And you know, I managed to keep my magazine stuff that I do going, but it was tough to focus. And I'm getting back in the swing of things. Going to get some videos edited. You're going to enjoy it. It'll be a lot of fun. And so, you know, come on along. Now, if you want to learn more about gold prospecting, hey, I wrote a book about gold prospecting, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my book right now. So let me tell you a little bit more about my book. It's called Fistful of Gold, and I wrote it because I want you to be able to go out and find for yourself Fistful of Gold. And you can see that it's an encyclopedia with all kinds of information, pictures, and that sort of thing. It's not in color, but color would have cost me a lot more to have printed, and so the book would have cost a lot more. It's for sale on Amazon, and you can pick it up. I'll put a link in the description below. I also serve as the editor for a prospecting magazine. It's ICMJ's Prospecting and Mining Journal. And honestly, you should check that out. We got stories and information, legal stuff, everything you know to increase your skills as a prospector. I write articles in this every month, and a lot of other very experienced prospectors contribute to the magazine as well. So check the magazine out. Also, I have a website, and the website is at NevadaOutbackGems.com. I'll put a link for it in the description below, but there's gobs of information there that you will find useful in your prospecting efforts. Finally, I want to say that I really appreciate your comments and thoughts, and even positive criticism. Don't come on there and just toss out insults, because I'll just delete your comments. But if you've got helpful things to say and questions to ask, do write and put those in the comments, because I answer my comments to people, and you'll hear from me in responding to you. So if you've enjoyed this video and you like what you see and you're interested in finding out more, well then sign up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so they'll let you know when I post new videos. And like it and share it if again you see stuff that you really are excited about. And I'll be coming out with lots more new videos, and so we'll see you again real soon.